Hey everybody, it's Berk from neohandyman.com. I have punctured a sprinkler line in my system with my trusty aerator, a terrific tool, but I guess everything has its dark side. I have to fix this, so I figured I would take a few snapshots and some video to help out those who've never done this before. It's a great skill to have, it's easy to learn, and according to Angie's list, you'll probably save somewhere between $130 and $385 in about 15 minutes. So let's do this. Okay, so these are the parts and the recommended tools. Start from the upper left. Those are two 3/4 inch adjustable hose clamps. Below that is a 3/4 inch coupling. Next to that is a Bernzomatic TS4000 trigger start torch. Kind of an important thing to have. I'll get into that later. A can of propane fuel, a PVC pipe cutter, a flathead screwdriver, and a channel lock plier or pliers, and a rubber mallet or a hammer would even do it. Mallet, I tend to like the mallet because you don't tend to break as many things when you hit stuff. So all the better to go with a mallet. Okay, this is our work area. You'll notice the puncture. Let's see if we can bring it in a little closer. There we go. This is a dirty job for those of you who did not understand that up front. It's wet, it's muddy, but it's necessary. So we're going to have to cut this piece of the pipe out. Now this is the coupling that goes in between the two ends of the cut hose. We'll get into that in a little while, but the two barbed ends go inside the hose, and the space in between has to be accommodated when we do our cut. Okay, so with our PVC cutter, we're going to cut a slice on the right of the hole, and then about a 1/2 inch over to the other side, we're going to cut again on the left side, removing the hole, leaving a gap between the two hose lines. Now, it's at this point you want to be certain to put on these hose clamps. It's a rookie mistake to leave them out and then have to actually redo all the work you did once you discover that you hadn't used them. It's a rookie mistake. We've all been rookies. Don't worry about it. All right, so once again, this is our 3/4 inch coupling that goes in between the two ends of the hose. Now, this is the Bernzomatic torch all set up. It's important to use this, and let me explain why. We're going to use the torch to gently open up the two ends of the hose lines one at a time in order to get the coupling in its place properly. What happens is the line itself will expand a little bit. You put the coupling in, and as it cools, it actually grips much tighter and much more of a quality junction than you would have otherwise. Some people would just have you hammer it into place. I am totally against that. You'll have no peace of mind without actually using the torch on this part of the project. All right, so here's the torch use. You see that we're only just warming this the end of the pipe up. You don't want to melt it. You want to be very careful not to do that. I only have the one side on footage here, but it's pretty much the same with both. All you need to do is heat one end, put the coupling in, heat the other end, put the other coupling in, and now all you need to do is batten down the hatches by screwing in the clamps, or getting the clamps into place and tightening them up. And that's our finished product. Okay, so that's pretty much it. The sprinklers are running just the way they're supposed to. We have full confidence in the coupling because we used the torch. You could have hammered, as I said, but you'll be worried about it for the next 3 years. So why put yourself through it? Just use the torch. So now a word on the Bernzomatic TS4000 trigger start torch. You need a trigger start torch in order to be able to point the flame downward. If you use a standard torch head, it's going to go out every time. It's frustrating. Don't do it. Invest in one of these torch heads and you'll be ready to go at any time. With a sprinkler system, you're going to end up with difficulties along the way, and the cost for doing repairs like this with a professional, it's going to cost you a fortune over time. So it is really a very good idea, in closing, to be able to do this stuff on your own. The Bernzomatic TS4000, the PVC pipe cutter are pretty much the only tools that are out of the scope of just normal everyday homeowner maintenance stuff. But given that you're going to be in the house a while, these things do happen. it's a very good idea and a very good investment, as I said, to have these things about the house. Okay, so that's it. Not too difficult. You know, once you learn how to do it, it's pretty rudimentary. If you found this video to be of any value, please, if you would, give it a thumbs up and feel free to subscribe. I want to thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you soon.